See, this whole purpose of filmmaking should be very subjective. Anybody with a simple mobile phone could make a film now. I've read it. Like, filmmaking becomes really true when it is as accessible as a writer could take his pen and write a poetry. Do we really? I mean, the only intention of filmmaking is it just having an intellectual stimulation. Even a mainstream cinema or independent cinema, it's about how a filmmaker discovers his personal voice, and it's not just making a film on that. Okay, that becomes like your biography. I'm not talking about that. I think my vision doesn't really matter, because see, my vision would be relevant only for the structure of films that I do. And if I say this is the only right, I don't think I really pay any justice to what I really advocate. Okay, so I think even a mainstream cinema or independent cinema, it's about how a filmmaker discovers his personal voice. Okay, and find his own structure of telling his own story. For that, I would say, you have to get exposed to different films that is being happening around. Okay, see, for example, uh, you should, watching a film like uh, Antichrist might have influenced me in a way that how I would make a film in a different context, not the very same context, right? Or for a film like Good, Bad, Ugly might have influenced me in making a family drama, right? So it's about understanding. You need to get exposed, and how do we structure our own kind of filmmaking. And if I say that this is the only right, I don't think that works, because my there are multiple, or there are like it's finding that difference, or finding that diversity, or finding that sense of coexistence, or all these things is what I believe in. And I feel like there's a beauty in everything. Like, if I don't want to be like a very stubborn about this is the only right. I would leave it open, I would say.
Question 15. What do you believe the role of a filmmaker in a society today, particularly creating a content that is both intellectual, stimulating, and accessible?
So I would ask, like, do we really? I mean, the only intention of filmmaking is it just having an intellectual stimulation. I would say not always, but never know. But I would say not always. See, this whole purpose of filmmaking should be very subjective. Okay, I can if a film is being made to make a huge financial success, I think it should be intended to do that. Okay, it's not just about, okay, this film has you know made some great artistic contributions, but if it failed in the box office, and if the film is made for making profit, I think that film becomes a failure. Okay, right? But at the same time, when we advocate the artistry, or when we really intend to embrace that sense of aesthetics and all those things, and if that does it, yes, well, it worked. And of see, you see post digital film has becoming very close to what is it intended to do. Because I've heard Godard saying, like, I've read it, like, filmmaking becomes really true when it is as accessible as a writer could take his pen and write a poetry. And see what's happening now. Okay, he has said it like during 60s, or early 70s, where we were the digital was not even a not even in our wildest fantasies. And we are reaching up to that. Anybody with a simple mobile phone could make a film now. And so the accessibility point of view has way much expanded. The distribution avenues has expanded. You upload a content in any of the social media, it's there. I have very honest disopinions about the reach of it, and what is being seen mostly, or what is being liked mostly, or what is being appreciated mostly, if you call it, is that the ideal that has to be celebrated as such. I would have my own personal disopinions, but what I'm trying to say is it's there somewhere, and it's not just that you'll be left unseen. So I'm very optimistic about you finding some avenues to do things. But also, when I say this, there is no just one way of doing it, and how to find that is like, I would say, you have to find your own personal voice. Okay, so once you, and what's the way of doing it, like, I follow Paul Schrader's way of approaching screenplays and all those things. So you one way of making filmmaking is identifying your own problems, like finding that problems very rooted to what you are, and it's not just making a film on that. Okay, that becomes like your biography. I'm not talking about that. And how do you metaphorize that? You metaphorize that becomes your subjective version of telling a story or a problem. Then you develop things, and that you make into a film. And I think that's very important, because yeah, you find your own way of doing it. If you ask me, I mean, I always get this question: who's your favorite cinematographer? I would say Sen Nyquist. Why I say that is because you can find Sen Nyquist working with Bergman. He has worked with Tarkovsky. He has worked even with Roman Polanski. And as a huge fan of Sen Nyquist, I watch a shot, I would say this is being done by Nyquist. Okay, but at the very same time, each you names it all, they make different kind of films. He does 100% justice to their kind of film. His cinematography style is very different when working with each of them, but you find that personal style, right? I think to reach that level where you do things differently, yet you leave some mark to find that signature, is what makes you great. And I think it's not just about doing it, it's to uh, make it yours, to find that true essence of yourself in your film is what makes it really independent.